Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Jmar Plays The Long Dark. It's my favorite survival game. If you don't know what a survival game is, I doubt that because this is a very niche game, and you probably wouldn't be watching my video unless you knew what The Long Dark actually is. So we're gonna jump into it. I don't do Stalker. Well, I do, but only off camera because you can't survive off Stalker, and Pilgrim is too easy. Voyager is just right there. Voyager's just right there. And I know I sound like a noob, and I kind of am a noob, but let's start on Mystery Lake. Start as a guy. Sandbox, just so that I know this is for YouTube. I'll make sure. This is actually like my third try. I guess we'll do Sandbox 18. I fucked up. This is like my third try trying to record this fucking game. This game did not want to record on the OB streaming software, so I had to go back to XSplit. I don't know what it is. Life is an error-making and error-correcting process, and nature in marking man's papers will grade him for wisdom as measured both by survival and by the quality of life of those who survive. I never seen that quote before, but I like it. It's a pretty neat quote. 2 hours of daylight left. Oh my god. No way. And I don't have a lantern or nothing. What? We gotta get the fuck out of here. Oh my god, 2 hours? Are you kidding me? What kind of shit is that? At least we're pretty close. Yeah, we're pretty close. It's not that bad. But really? And I'm starting off with the fully rested and everything. That sucks. Man, this game better compensate with some good loot and stuff. I better not have to search far and wide for a fucking hatchet like I did on my last run, man. Oh my god, I went like 8 days without the hatchet, and then I finally found it. Ugh. Well, let's go ahead and hit up the office here. I think that's the best bet. Um, and then we'll wake up in the morning, I guess, and then we'll go over to the hydro dam and check things out over there, where we'll find a crowbar and a vest and some boots, if not insulated. And then the Trapper's Homestead is probably going to be third on our list. I'm not trying to do the speed run or anything. I probably come off like that, huh? The way I'm talking fast and everything. No, man, this is a real chill and tranquil and relaxed game, and the gameplay reflects that, Um, so sorry if I'm coming off a little bit aggressive here, and it sucks because I have to play without the sound and the music and everything. And I don't dig that. That's why I don't like XSplit. I like playing in OB, but OB, um, it it doesn't record the sound, but it allows me to hear the sound, which is cool. That's the way I like it. But XSplit, it lets me hear the sound, but it also records what I hear and it plays it at max volume, even if I turn it down, and it covers up my voice, which is not what I want. So, but I have to do it in an XSplit because OB won't even pick it up. When I record in OB, you can see the HUD and you can see like all this stuff, but you can't see the game. You can't see the filing cabinet or the snow or the stove. It's just everything is black except for the HUD. You could just see the HUD and that's it. It's so weird. I tried messing with the settings in game, but it didn't really help. To be honest, it just kind of sucked. But I'm gonna have to record with the sound off, I guess, and that's no big deal. I do that with my Isaac videos. But at least on XSplit, you could split your videos, so I don't have to worry. I could sit here for 3 hours, and each episode will come out to 25 minutes exactly. More or less about 22 minutes. That way, I don't have to keep checking the time and everything, and stopping the video and interrupting and being unprofessional, and. Because if people are going to watch me, they don't want to watch me pausing every 10 minutes to check the fucking time. And I would use a smartphone, but I don't have one anymore. I have one, but I don't have it activated. I'm not into social media and all that stuff anymore. I kind of outgrew it. Everybody is so obsessed with it. I remember when that stuff first came out, I was like in middle school and then high school, and it was cool back then. But it's just like another thing that I grew out of, and for everybody else, it's like they're still stuck in their ways, you know. And then you see old people getting on social media, and that makes it even more not fun when you see people in their 50s on social media talking about you know, talking about how you shouldn't share too much, and like you're oversharing. This is for your family, blah blah blah. And it's like, well, if it's for my family, then they deserve to know. You know what I mean? That's how it always is on everyone's profile. Like people who have family and shit, they always have like a family member who says, "Why are you sharing those pictures?" Or "Why are you sharing the picture with your shirt off?" It's like because girls asked for it, dude. What the fuck? You know? You know what I'm saying? It just gets annoying. I don't even have my family on Facebook. This is just like, none of my family's on Facebook anyway, or they're lying to me. But it's just like stories that I've heard people say, you know, that they're on Facebook and they use it to like, date to find guys or girls or whatever, depending on their gender and sexuality, and people use it to date and stuff, and then you have your uncle that gets on there, and then they start getting freaked out, your uncle and your aunts and everything, and then they start realizing that you're not the goody two shoes that you pretend to be. That seems to be like the story of everyone's life on Facebook and Twitter, and I don't get it. If that's the case, why even get on? And employers can find you and shit. Why make it hard for yourself, man? Fuck that shit. Why even give them the chance to screw with you? You know what I'm saying? And we found a lot of good stuff here. I'm actually pretty stoked. But we're a little peckish. I don't think we should eat though. We got 1 hour, less than 1 hour of daylight left. We got the shooting book. This is a new thing, skill books like Skyrim. You read a book and it improves your skill. And then you could burn it when you're done. I don't know why I sounded excited. I love books. I would never be excited to burn a book, but a little insight into my subconscious there. We did not start with good loot. We didn't find any good loot. We have this. Tomorrow we're gonna go to the hydro dam. That way we don't have to worry about Fluffy, right? Because Fluffy is the wolf that he or she appears most of the time. 8 hours of darkness left. That sucks. And anyway, Fluffy usually appears and she patrols the inside of I guess, the dam and like the hallways, the lower decks and stuff. And she grabs you on the stairs and she could kill you. Usually, I end up killing her, but if we could go in the dam and loot it without having to worry about Fluffy, all the better, And we could spend our time looking for one of two guns and collecting ammo, going hunting, going fishing, etc., etc. Let's wait 4 hours and then sleep 4 hours. Yeah. I mean, we don't have any real option. I mean, what else are we gonna do? Um, we'll sleep another 4 hours, and then we'll make our way down towards the dam. Okay, so we're gonna eat. And do we have a can opener? We don't have a can opener yet, but that's okay. Parched, peckish. We should go ahead and drink that. But before we go, we should probably just check we should probably check the fishing huts before we dip out. Wait. I'm wasting a match, I know, but I want to make sure we have the bedroll. Yes, we do. Okay. That way we set up a bedroll over there in the dam. That way we have two little homes to live in. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So what I'm thinking is we go and grab a couple snacks over here. Or you know what? I don't think that's necessary to check out the fishing hut. We'll just leave that stuff there for now. And what's going on here? Oh, it's dark. It looked like there was a mountain in my way, but it was just the shadow. Um, we'll find the derailment, and at the derailment, we'll find some snacks and stuff. That was the only reason I wanted to go to the fishing hut, was to find some snacks to take with us. But I'm sure we'll find something over by the derailment. Hopefully, we find a knife. That way, hopefully a hatchet. That way, we can start cooking any corpses, any venison corpses that we find. Start collecting all the good stuff, like all the hides and guts, airing them out. We're gonna need some deerskin pants, some deerskin boots, some rabbit skin mittens, and we don't really need a bedroll. I think that's a waste of time hunting a bear just to get a bedroll. But I would like to have a wolfskin coat to keep wolves from fucking with us. You know what I'm saying? If you have a wolfskin coat, a lot of people don't know this or they forget, but it keeps wolves from attacking you. It's a pretty handy little piece of clothing. They think twice about getting you. That isn't to say that they'll never attack you, but you know, if there's like two or three wolves, they'll probably have more balls to attack you. But if there's only one wolf and he's hungry and stuff, and he's a little skittish, he might think about running away or at least avoiding you. And then suddenly you become the hunter. You know what I mean? But right now we're anything but a hunter. We're a scavenger. Right now we're fucking prey. We're still in the dark, but it's okay. Although it's getting cold, and I don't dig that. I don't dig the cold because that means that we become at risk for hypothermia. But the good thing is that there should be a vest and some boots over there in the hydroelectric dam. And you have to forgive me, I sound a little wheezy and a little asthmatic because I'm coming over a little cold. End of summer. And I haven't been recording lately. If anyone even has been wondering why I haven't been online, and I doubt anyone cares, but it's only been because I've been preparing to go back to school. And you know how that stuff goes. And then you're sick and everything, and you're busy setting up your tuition, meeting with the counselor, setting up your classes. I know I'm not in high school. I'm not a 14-year-old. Everybody accuses everyone of being a 14-year-old on the internet for some reason. I'm going to college. I'm 24 years old. I'm not 14. I'm 24. But Jesus, I just realized I haven't been 14 for 10 years. That's a long time. But you know what? I don't feel old because I consider young to be anything under 40. And everything over 40 is like, or 40 to 50 is pseudo middle age, 50 is middle aged, and when you get to about 60, or 65, you're like a senior citizen. I don't think that you're a senior citizen or old until you retire. But people will say stupid shit like, "Oh, you're 30, you're so old. You're old for being 30." No, man, that's fucking stupid. You don't even begin to get old until you retire. I mean, your body is always getting old and you're going to have ailments and bone aches and stuff, but that doesn't mean that you're an old man or woman, you know? I don't know why people think that. It's usually girls and women who think that. They're very ageist, they're afraid of age and they think they're going to get old when they're 30, and that's not how it works unless you have a bunch of kids and I'm not saying it like, oh, you have a bunch of kids and you ruin your body. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is that you have a bunch of kids and you're always tired and it feels like you're old. You know what I'm saying? You don't take care of yourself anymore. You're just kind of going through the motions at this point in life. And why? Why do that to yourself? I'm not even going to think about having kids until I'm 30. I want to be able to not only take care of them, but I want to put my kids through college, and I don't want to spoil them, but I want to have money to spoil them if I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to go out to eat with my kids every time they get an A and not have to save money for fucking months just to take them to an amusement park in August. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be the kind of parent that can actually provide for my kids. I don't want to be struggling in my 20s. I could have had a kid when I was 16, when I was 15, but I didn't. I was smart. And a lot of people aren't smart these days. They go and they have kids and they can't take care of them. And they don't even love their own kids. They act like they do, They post all the Facebook pictures and stuff, but you know what's going on? What's going on behind that camera, behind the closed doors? You don't know. A lot of people, they abuse their kids and stuff, and because they're too young and they're children themselves, and they're petty and they're jealous and they're mean, and they say things to their kids that hurt their feelings, and they don't realize how fragile a child's mind and a child's heart actually is. And that kind of upsets me. And I don't like to see children getting abused or going through that. And I would never put a child through that. So that's why I never want to have kids. I mean, I never want to have kids, but if I do, I'm not going to have them until I'm fully ready. You know what I'm saying? I think that's good advice for anyone out there. Don't think that you have to be the status quo, that, you have to graduate high school and go to the college, quote unquote, college experience, and then fucking, leave when you're 22, and then that's your education, that's it. And then you go and have kids at fucking, 22, 21 years old when you're barely old enough to drink. And then that's your life. And then you just raise your kids. And then you're old when you're 35. And then you have grandkids and repeat the cycle. And then you have great grandkids when you're fucking 60. Great grandkids when you're 90 and you're about to die. You have great grandkids. Why would you want that? I just don't understand some people. But I guess it's all about like living the quote unquote normal life. And the only reason I'm blabbing right now is to distract you all from the fact that I'm dying here. I'm freezing. And I better make it inside if I want to live. I have reason to believe there might be a gun under here because I played off camera here earlier and I died because I was playing on Stalker. But I didn't find the gun last time. And the gun is usually there, and it's there, and yes, I knew it was going to be there. Cool, so we already have our gun. That's one of the many places where you'll find a gun. But the thing is, we don't have ammo, right? So we're going to have to go and search for some fucking ammo. And we'll find some inside. We'll find at least a couple bullets. And the thing about this game is one bullet allows you to eat for a fucking week. So don't sneeze at a bullet. You just got to make sure that you don't miss. I don't use guns for self-defense anymore. I learned the hard way. Well, in real life, I would use a gun for self-defense. But in this game, you're going to have to fight wolves off with your hands, with your knife or your axe. Make sure you have a hatchet on you. Because if the wolf attacks you and you're holding a lantern or something, and then you have to pull out your gun, then you have to aim, and it's hard to aim, and then you shoot, and then what? You might not even get the wolf, and then he gets you, and you're off guard, and then you can't fight back. You can't press the mouse button fast enough because you were trying to shoot, and then you get confused and you die, and you end up, like I do, having a lot of runs that don't go anywhere. So I learned not to use a gun for self-defense, and it's so heavy. If you use a gun for self-defense, that means you have to take it with you everywhere. You only use the gun to hunt. When you plan to hunt. And don't go hunting just because a deer is in the right spot. Only go hunting when you have to or when you want to. You know what I'm saying? And try to line up your shots too. There's a way where you could get a wolf to attack a deer, and then you have a free deer, and then you shoot the wolf from far away. Or you run up and you fight him hand to hand or whatever. And that's cool too. Because I'm going to go ahead and set this down here. I just like to have my bed here in the light. And then, you guys know where I'm going with this, right? I don't need to keep going on and on. But, if the gun is one of the most heavy things in the game. So, I don't want to waste my lantern fuel here. People are probably going to get mad, but I'm just going to go ahead and pop the flare. We have another one. Probably just take it. And let's see what we got in here. We got a pry bar. That is always there, by the way. I've never had a run where that wasn't there. So the down vest is not there for some reason. It usually is. And we got basic boots. This time I got basic boots. One time I got insulated boots there. It just really depends. Um, what is this? I would like to find a hacksaw, but even if we find one, we're not going to need it until the later game. And I do intend to survive to when I'm going to need that. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and check all this stuff. And since we're here, we could take our time in here and make sure that we grab everything because we don't have to worry about Fluffy. You know what I'm saying? Fluffy is the furthest thing from our minds right now. So that's always a good thing. When you could basically take your time looting a building, not worry about any security. You don't have that pressure on you. Let me see. Okay. Check this out. Now it's locked, so we're gonna have to force it open. Worn winter coat, not bad, but I feel like we might end up finding something better. I usually find a good heavy coat if I look hard enough. Thin wool sweater, not bad. That winter coat is going to keep us warm on our walk back, though. We're not going to be freezing to death like we were on the way here. And since we got rid of the bedroll, we have more room in our inventory to take stuff, right? Good strategy. I learned that from playing a lot of different roguelike games. In this game, even though it's a survival game, it is kind of like a roguelite, isn't it? You have to make decisions and leave things behind and such. Sometimes those decisions affect you more than you think they would. Just like in real life. You know, this game is very authentic in so many ways. Wood matches, not bad. This is forced. Let's go ahead and open that. Did we check this? No, we didn't check this. And we'll check that room before we head downstairs.